Hey, hi, hello guys, dolls, and everyone in between and beyond. I'm going to be showing you a tutorial for this ombre gray to dark purple lip that I did in my first few videos. So we're going to take this dark purple lip liner from Colourpop called Feminist, which I love to bits and pieces. And first we're going to start by making an X right in between where your Cupid's bow is. Or a V. It just, like, for some people it helps to do an X, but I already know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna do a V. I kind of like to draw a little bit beyond, because A, it's a dark lip color, so I kind of like to play up, like, a weird cartoony sort ofness, and also, because of my little mole, I like to kind of go over it and then make it even on the other side, if that makes sense. So obviously you don't have to go as much if you don't have that much of a Cupid's bow, or if you just don't care to have that much of an amplified, overdrawn lip, but I do because I'm a little bit of a clown, so we're doing it. I have a big old pouty bottom lip, so I tend to just kind of it in. That makes sense. I'm sure that's a great sound effect. And I just follow it. I don't like to overdraw on the bottom because that would be actually ridiculous. And if your outline is not perfect, that's fine. You can always clean it up. And especially on the inside if it's not like absolutely clean, because you're going to cover it with lipstick in the same color anyway, so in the same matching color. And we're not going to do the middle part, but we're going to do more the outer. And then the same on the top. Like, look at this color. This is the color that I've wanted since I was like itsy bitsy. And this is only $5. And the pencil that matches perfectly is also $5. That's amazing. So then we're gonna take this gray, which, if you can't tell, I love to bits and pieces because it is literally flat. This is worth every dang penny. I think it's like $6. What's the name of the color? Is it Black Sesame? Is that really the name? I feel like that might not be right, but it says on the label Black Sesame, and it's just like the perfect gray. It's a really nice bold neutral color. I like to just wear it on its own. So I'm going to take this little lip brush. This is the Wayne Goss brush in 07. It doesn't have to be that one. That one's kind of expensive-ish. Just whatever sort of lip brush. But I do like the shape of this because it is wide, so you can turn it to the side and kind of do it just like if you want to do a liner with it, but it also is nice and thick. So we're gonna just pop it in the areas that we didn't and kind of blend out to the areas that we covered. I love these colors. These are like my two favorite bold lipsticks, to be honest. And one's like super bold, and one's like you could get away wearing it to normal places. You have to make your occasion for the black purple one. You get me? Like I said, the placement doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to blend it out. Wiping it off on the back of my hand. You can wipe it off on a tissue, wipe it off on whatever you want. And then we kind of just we pull it down, get some of the remaining purple, pull it back up, repeat, and it kind of helps blend it into a medium lilac-y sort of color. I feel like my lip looks really ridiculous while I'm doing this. It's just like bouncing around. I'm used to it. And if you go over the edges like I did right here, because I'm dumb, we're going to cover that up with a concealer, or in my case, a really full coverage foundation. Like, look at this dumb powdered lip. I get this every dang time. And then if you blend it out too much or something, you can just go over. So you might be like, where'd the gray go? So that's why we're going to go and add some more, blend some more, until we get the proper combination and the right ombre effect that you so desire. Like, if you want it to be a little more, I guess, like, chunky, you can do that. If you want it to be super hyper blended, you can do that. To pick your own adventure on your face. And also you could just use the back of your hand to kind of mix the two colors together. Also, if you're like, wait, there's not enough of a mixture, but I don't it's not working when I mix the two on my lip, or you know, like there just is not enough product to properly mix it. You can use the back of your hand as a little palette of sorts. That's what I always do. Then kind of just to finish up in case you went out of the lines or whatever, just we're going over it again. Okay, so now we're going to cover it with our concealer or a high coverage foundation or whatever you want. And we don't want to cover like just straight up lipstick because then it will eat away within, like, because it's more oily and emollient, it will eat through the concealer and it will eventually show through. So you want to try and remove that. I tend to just use my nail if I went somewhere I didn't want to and just kind of almost like scrape it off the skin, if that makes sense. But you also want to make sure you don't already have stuff under your fingernail from when you did that. Just using a concealer brush. It's an Ofra one. I think it says 11. It's a little busted because I don't know, it just started peeling. It's weird. So kind of just to like brighten up around and kind of amplify how deep it is. This is a little bit lighter, but look how much cleaner that and brighter and like well defined that looks. Like that just makes it, it's that little finishing touch you kind of just need. A little bit more of it peeled off just while I was doing that, so I think I might need a new brush. And there we are done. And like, even if you just don't use the pencil, or if you use just the pencil and this, like you could get away with doing that. This is such a cheap look, and it's such a cheap fun look. Like, you could wear this Halloween, you could wear this at a party. I did it on a friend and she went to a wedding. So, like, you can, lots of fun places. And it's just not that expensive because everything here is less than $7 individually. Like, that's amazing considering how nice and pigmented and wacky and fun these are. I feel like drugstores are getting a lot better with, like, going and doing more experimental colors than like high-end ones, which you feel like could get away with doing like quirky weird stuff, but they just aren't. Let's get up on it. I want my quirky weird purple lipsticks, y'all. But hopefully you think you enjoy, and if you replicate something like this, please send it to me because that would be great. So remember, it may not be good, but it's definitely Amanda made. Bye!